Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Johan, and I'm a Dutchie, and I want to learn about life and living in Australia by watching videos, YouTube videos about life and living in Australia, because it's way down there, down under, and I'm afraid of flying, so my only way to learn something about life and living in Australia is watching YouTube videos and getting feedback from my ever-growing community of responders. So it's going really fast right now, and I really appreciate how much info I get from everyone down there. And for today, I'm gonna put myself a bit on a test. I hope it's not too embarrassing for me. 12 Australian slang words you should know. Aussie English. Yeah, I did a video about slang, Australian slang, a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time that we talked about Aussie slang. So I'm curious if I still remember what those slang words were and if I know what it means. So, and it's only 12, so it should be for me to do. Now we'll start with a like of the video, of course, and then let's go to it. Oh boy.
I went to the servo and bottle-o the Savo on the way to a mate's barbie, but I was attacked by mozzies as I was just wearing my bathers.
Oh, back up. I went to the servo, and the servo is a gas station, and bottle-o, so to get some drinks for this evening, Arvo, on the way to a mate's barbecue, but I was attacked by mozzies. That's one that's new to me, as I was wearing my botters, and botters is flip-flops or sandals, I believe that was it. Mozzies, okay.
Barbie, but I was attacked by mozzies as I was just wearing my bathers. It was so chockers there, because
It was so chockers there, because one of the workers pulled a sickie. Pulled a sickie, I know. It's fake that you're sick. It was so chockers there. So in the sentence of Sinner, it was very crowded, it was very busy, and decided to bugger off for the day. I pulled a sickie, and decided to bugger off for the day. So he called in sick and did something else for the day. Those 12 words, I hope
workers
that I'm right.
had pulled a sickie and decided to bugger off for the day. So I was like, yeah, tar, but no thanks. I couldn't be stuffed waiting around to get served, so I too decided to bugger off. What? What the G'day you mob, what's going on? Welcome to this episode of Aussie English. Today is going to be a great episode where I teach you 12 different Aussie slang terms that are used in everyday English. Before we get started, I'm going to include a quiz in the description below that you can do after you finish this episode to test your skills if you have learnt the meaning of all these words, okay?
Okay. That's for the end. Looking in the quiz, if there's a quiz ready somewhere. Free worksheet, can download now. No, I don't see a really quiz. I only see a worksheet. Because YouTube has nowadays the option to put in a quiz, so scrolling in the... Okay, well, I've got enough subscribers to correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so go and do that and let me know in a comment below how you went. Did you get 12 out of 12? And stay to the end of today's episode because I'm going to teach you a nice little Australian slang swear word that you definitely need to know. All right, so let's get into it. Number 1, arvo. Arvo. Arvo means afternoon, and we use this all the time in Australian English. You know, will you be coming over in the arvo? Oh, Pete's coming over tomorrow, arvo. I'm going to the beach in the arvo. And there's a top tip. You'll often hear savo, and it often's paired with the word the, although actually this is a sort of contraction of this arvo. So this arvo, as in this afternoon, will get contracted to just the savo. So it sounds like you're saying the savo. For example, you might say, are you coming around this arvo? And you'll contract that down to, are you coming around the Savo? The Savo. Is Pete coming around the Savo? Yeah, he's probably going to come around the Savo. The Savo. So Arvo.
Yeah, that's not new to me. I already know this one.
Meaning afternoon is so common. You'll hear this everywhere in Australia. Number 2, servo. Servo. Servo is the equivalent of what Americans would call a gas station. We would call this a petrol station or a service station, right? Where you get service, I guess, for your car. So anyway, we've contracted this down to just servo instead of service station. So this is where you go to get petrol, to put it in your car, to fill your car up, to go on a road trip. The servo. So for example, people fill their cars up with petrol at the servo. They might also go inside the servo after they filled up with fuel to get some food and drink. I'm going to pop down to the servo, the Savo. Is that all good?
I popped down to the servo, the Savo. Yeah. Lazy.
Number 3, Bottle-o.
That's new.
Bottle-o. I wonder if you've heard this one before.
Okay.
Bottle-o is Aussie slang for a bottle shop, a place that you can go to buy alcoholic drinks, alcoholic beverages. The local Bottle-o sells great wine and whiskey. My mate Barry works at the Bottle-o, and he's going to be down there, the Savo, after he also finishes work at the Servo.
Yeah. Oh. Bottle-o, Arvo, Servo.
Did you want to come with me to the Bottle-o, the Savo? Number 4, Mozzie.
Mozzie is new. A mosquito. That one's new to me. A mosquito.
Aussie. I wonder if you know what this is. A mozzie is a mosquito. A mosquito. These are incredibly annoying in Australia. They are usually out and about in huge numbers during summer, especially after rain. That's when they breed up, and they usually ruin people's barbecues, right? Mozzies always ruin summer parties. Ugh, I hate when I get bitten by a mozzie. There's a bunch of mozzies at the servo.
Yeah. Okay. New word learned today.
Number 5, and this is a 2 for 1. I'm going to give you 2 here because both of these slang terms are used all around Australia, but people often just use one of them. So you may hear either or. Bathers or togs. Bathers or togs. This is Aussie slang for a swimsuit or swim costume. But to be honest, both of those words are so weird. You know, no one would ever say swimsuit. No one would ever say swimming costume. You would say bathers or togs or maybe even cozzy. That's another one for you. Sure.
Yeah, but swimsuit as being for a man only the swim trousers, or are we talking like women wear a swimsuit, total body covering swimsuit, and not a bikini with bikini top and bikini bottom. So a swimsuit is a swimsuit, not a cozy, a bathing.
You would say bathers or tog, swimsuit, costume.
Bathers, because he's talking about bathers / togs for being a swimsuit. But in my a swimsuit is really a bathing suit that you wear all over your body, especially ladies wearing swimsuits. So, but the drawing is only pants. Okay.
But to be honest, both of those words are so weird. You know, no one would ever say swimsuit. No one would ever say swimming costume. You would say bathers or togs or maybe even cozzy. That's another one for you. Sure.
Cozzy.
For costume. I got to the beach, the Savo, and I realized I'd forgotten my bathers. Or, I can't believe he's still in his togs. It's like 12 a.m. Some guy's wearing his bathers in the Bottle-o. Number 6, chock-a-block or chockers. chock-a-block or chockers. So this is when somewhere
Not new to me. I already know this one.
or something is very crowded. There are a lot of people or there are a lot of things. It's really full. This was originally chock-a-block, usually chock-a-block full of something. Maybe your fridge is chock-a-block full of Tim Tams.
Yeah, because over here in the Netherlands, we say het is chock full with people. Chock full with chock full met mensen. Chock full with people. So chock-a-block sounds the same. That's why I recognize it as it's more a familiar word. On the pronouncement, that's chock-a-block. Yeah, chock full. Chock-a-block is full. Yeah, your fridge is chock full with something. Yeah, a chock-a-block. Yeah.
You know, or the bottle-o is chock-a-block full of guys in their bathers buying beer. But we can contract this down to just chockers. Chockers. Yeah. So there's Australians making a slang term from a slang term. How good's that? I went to the servo, the Savo, and there were loads of people trying to get petrol. It was just chockers. It was chockers. I went to my mate's barbecue and he chucked all the meat on the barbecue at once. It was just chockers full of meat. You're probably wondering why I haven't said the Australian slang term for barbecue. That's because number 7...
The Barbie. Yeah.
is Barbie. Barbie. This can be the doll that small children, often girls,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
play with, a Barbie doll. But more commonly, at least for me, I'm going to use this word to refer to a barbecue. A barbecue.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
This is either the machine on which you are cooking meat, device, machine. It's a barbecue, right? There's coals or gas that you're using to cook food. You usually do this outside where you might get attacked by mozzies in summer after you've gotten home from the beach and you're in your bathers. But a barbie can also be the event of gathering together to cook food on a barbecue, right? So people come over to your barbie to see you cook food on a barbie so that they can eat it, right? It can be the event and it can be the actual device that you cook the food on. For example, when I got to my mate's place, he was having a barbie. When my friends came over on the weekend, I was cooking on the barbie. Oh no, the barbie was great, but everyone ran out of beers. Barbie. Number 8, esky. Esky.
Esky. A cooler or insulated food and drink, or insulated food and drink container. Yeah, okay, a cooler. Yeah, okay, an esky of Eskimo.
If you go to a barbie, you're going to probably see an esky. An esky is a cooler, an insulated food and drink container, often filled with ice, usually also filled with beers, maybe, you know, some soft drink. You go to a barbie and you see that your mate has an esky, you open it up, it's full of beers. It's chock-a-block full of beers. My mate's esky is full of drinks. I might also go to the footy and take my esky to the footy with my...
Yeah, the footy. It's not yellow, but footy is football, Australian football, NRL, rugby. It's all called footy. I know that one too.
My food and drinks inside the esky. And I think this is a contraction of the word Eskimo. I don't know if this was a brand of Eskies. I don't know how it ended up becoming that. That's my assumption. Esky. Esky. Number 9. Number 9 is the phrase can't be stuffed. Can't be stuffed. If you can't be stuffed doing something, it's that you can't be bothered doing something. It's almost like you're too lazy, you're too tired, can't be bothered doing it, can't be stuffed. I just can't.
Oh, okay. Can't be stuffed or can't be bothered to do it. Yeah, I don't care. Be
stuffed, mate. He couldn't be stuffed going out this weekend to his mate's barbie. My car has no petrol in it, but I can't be stuffed going to the servo. I'd love to buy a few beers, but I can't be stuffed going to the bottle-o.
But I'm too lazy to go. Is it the same?
Can't be stuffed. This is a...
And being too lazy is a shorter word than can be stuffed. So, but I'm too lazy to about laziness in language. This is too long. Lazy.
Very common and great Aussie expression that you should definitely learn and use.
Can't be stopped. Pull
Number
a
10,
sickie. Yeah,
to
I
pull
know
a
that one.
sickie. To pull a sickie. A sickie here is a sick day off work. So when you're sick and you don't go to work, you're having a sick day. But usually when we say to pull a sickie, this is an expression that suggests the person is pretending to be sick in order to avoid going to work. They're pulling a sickie. And you may also hear this when people are referring to wagging school, right? The students don't want to go to school. So
To whack school. Not to skip, to skip going to school, but to whack school. Wow. To whack school. Instead of to skip going to school. To whack school.
So they pretend to be sick and they pull a sickie. Pete didn't come into work today. He pulled a sickie. He was pretending to be sick. The kid didn't go to school because he pulled a sickie because he wanted to go to the bottle-o and harass someone older to buy him beer, right? To pull a sickie. To pull a sickie. Number 11, and the last one before we get into the interesting Australian swear/slang word. Okay, number 11 is tar. Tar. Tar is just short for thanks. Don't ask me where it comes from, but you will hear this all the time in Australia. Tar. Imagine that you go to the shops and you've just bought some bathers, or maybe you've bought some food to chuck on your barbie, and the person behind the till, the register with the money in it, gives you your change. You might just say, oh, tar, right? Thanks. If I go to the shops and someone opens a door for me and then I get to walk through, I might say to them, oh, tar. Thanks, mate. Tar. And lastly, if, I forgot something at my dad's house, maybe it's an esky. I left the esky at my dad's house when he was having a barbie. He decides to drive over to my house and drop the esky over. I might see him and say, oh, tar, Dad. Thanks. Tar, tar. So this is a nice little informal way of saying thank you. Tar.
Yeah, something almost the same as like prego. In Italian, you say prego, and prego is always used for prego, can I help you? Or prego, after I got something like prego, thank you for helping me. Or on a lot of different ways it's used prego, and this is ta. Ta, thank you. Okay.
All right, so as I promised, number 12 is an awesome, very common Australian slang word, bugger. Bugger. Bugger is a rude slang term in Australia, and it has very many different uses, okay? It's often used as a politer version of the F word. The average Australian probably wouldn't even consider bugger to be rude, to be honest. Aussies, make sure that you comment below and let me know. Is bugger rude? What do you reckon? What's your 2 cents? Let me know.
Let me reckon. Another one. Yeah. Now let me know if it's really a rude word. I don't know.
Do you use the word bugger yourself, and do you consider bugger to be rude? So just like the F-bomb, right? F-U-C-K. The word bugger is incredibly versatile in
Good that he used the peep, not me.
its usage in Australian English, and it can be used as either a noun, a verb, or an exclamation. We'll go through each of these, but just to give you a bit of context, originally the word bugger referred as a noun to a man who penetrates the anus of another person during sex, or as a verb, the act of doing that. So for example, the bugger buggered someone. However, Australians would never use bugger to mean this. And I would expect that most Australians probably don't even know that's where the word originally comes from. So,
Okay. Oh, we're diving into history of the word bugger.
there's a bit of interesting history for you. And again, Aussies, let me know in the comments if I got that wrong. Did you know that's what it meant? So let's go through first how bugger is used as a noun in informal Australian English every day. So it can be used as a term of abuse, usually for men. Who's that stupid bugger? What's that bugger doing? What's that stupid bugger doing? It can also ironically be used as a term of affection, right? When you're being really friendly with someone. So if my son was playing outside and he suddenly fell over, I might say, what did you do, you silly bugger? You know, you poor bugger. The poor bugger hurt himself. The poor little bugger. And then lastly, it can be an annoyingly awkward thing. Man, this packet of cigarettes is a real bugger to open. I can't open the door. It's being such a bugger. Now let's go through how the word bugger can be used as a verb. So we can say to bugger, meaning to cause harm or damage to something. If I fall over whilst I'm running, I might injure my leg. I've buggered my leg. Oh man, I can't come to work. I'm going to pull a sickie because I buggered my leg. I've buggered my leg. We can also use this as a phrasal verb to bugger something up, right? To completely ruin something. I buggered up my leg whilst I was running. I was writing an essay for school, but I buggered it up. I completely ruined it. I stuffed it up. I screwed it up. I buggered it up. We can also...
Wow. I was thinking about it. Yeah, it's the F word in English, but do we have something like this in Dutch? I was thinking, or German and Dutch. Yeah, no. Yeah, I screwed this up, but screwed is always is also English. I was thinking about, yeah, not something that is so generally used in the language like this word. No.
use bugger in a phrasal verb, bugger off, which means go away. So if someone comes and annoys you whilst you're doing something, you might say, oh, bugger off. You know, go away, get out of here. If someone's making fun of you, you might just say to them, oh, bugger off, mate. You may even use this to mean that you are leaving somewhere. Oh, it's 7 o'clock, mate. The Barbie's been great, but I've got to bugger off. I've got to leave. I've got to run off. I've got to head off. I've got to bugger off. Lastly, bugger can be used as an exclamation in pretty much the same way the F word, the F-bomb can be used. However, as I mentioned earlier, saying bugger out loud is usually the politer, less rude version. Imagine that you have stubbed your toe against a table. You can use bugger to express anger or annoyance. So I hit my toe and I might say, oh, bugger, bugger, ow, you know, instead of using the F-bomb. Secondly, you can use it for shock and surprise. And you may have seen this in that famous New Zealander ad for Hilux, where they pretty much use this word all the time to show shock and surprise.
Bugger. Bugger me.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, bugger me. So if you won the lotto, you know, imagine that you just won $1,000 using a scratchy or at the races when gambling, you might be like, oh, bugger, I just won $1,000. And you can even use this as a verb, bugger me, I just won $1,000. So there you go, guys. That is it for today. Don't forget, if you want to test your knowledge, if you want to complete the quiz, go down into the description and follow the link and let me know in a comment below, did you get 12 out of 12? And also, let me know if you've heard these before and if you yourself use these on a daily basis.
Last question first. I don't use them on daily basis because maybe in some comments that I do on the videos, but not always. So, and if I heard of them before, yes, when we started the video, I already picked some out that I really know. Let's take a look if I can find the quiz. And I believe I have one. Be right back. Okay, I got it. The Aussie slang quiz. Bring it on. Takes 4 minutes. Okay. Oh, type your answer. Oh. First up, I'll enter your name. Okay, well, let's enter my name. Test your knowledge of some Aussie slang. Okay, let's do it. In Australia, you fill your car with petrol at the servo. Oh. I'm going to the Bottle-O to get some beers. I invited my mates over this Arvo to hang out. The Aussie slang for a barbecue is a barbie. A barbie. Mosquitoes. There's a new one for me as muzzies. It's not a swimming costume. It's your baiters. Baiters. A place that's incredibly crowded is chuckers. If you can't be stuffed, doing something you can't be bothered with it. If you pretend to be sick and you don't leave and you don't have to go work at school, you're pulling a sickie. Yeah, pulling a sickie. The great Australian slang term for thanks is ta. Real new for me. If you stub your toe, something you might shout out loud is, no, it's bugger. And now again, number one. Okay, what do you put your drinks in to keep them cold down under? In an esky. And we sent you the results. Well, I don't need the results. I guess I had 12 out of 12. Let's get to. We don't need the video anymore because we are already there. So, again, a video about the slangs in Australia. I hope I did good. And I learned a few new words in my slang. So I would say, ta. And Savo, it's for the one for tomorrow again. And then we will take a look at some other videos. And if you want to see other of my videos, then this is a good place to start with. And otherwise, it would be really appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Ta for watching this video, and see you in the next Australian video.